All right. Apologies for the long wait when we started. I had to go make some dinner because I haven't actually eaten. So I'll be eating during the stream. Also, apologize for the long games and stuff. They actually reach out to 2 hours. So you're going to get some of that for the college games. All right. Testing out the microphone setting. Can I be heard okay? Okay. Okay, so he'll be heard like this. Okay, good. All right. So, remember what happened last time? Die. What happened last time? Are you talking about Ron Delight? Okay. Yeah, we're going to be defending him. We're going to prove him that he's not the one who stole the urn. Who do you think probably stole the urn? I bet you can make a guess. The wife? Not sure about that. We'll find out. Who's the prosecutor? Okay, so his name is Prosecutor Godot, or you can call him Godot, or you can call him what Andy and I called him, Godot, because that's basically how it's spelled, is Godot. So, because I'm unfamiliar with a silent T in our English language, but there might be a silent T in one of our words. All right, let's continue on. December 13th, 9:36 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Hey, Nick. What is it? Is something wrong? Nah, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out this mask-to-mask glossy I found. You bought this? Where? From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale, which is illegal for them to do here in the U.S. They cannot be soliciting in front of the courthouse. It is a violation of the law. You know, I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. Mask-to-mask publicity photos stuck into the court record. You get that, right, Di? No solicitation in front of the courthouse. Come on, I'm guilty! Throw the book at me! Who's that screaming like that? Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Ron Delight's a comical character. Yeah, I did. But it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you. Because I did it! I'm the criminal! Me! He's at it again. I sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor, I admit it! But you didn't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally when I say of course you did, I'm being sarcastic, but yeah, you? Yikes! He could be sealing his own coffin with comments like that. Man, sounds a lot like Phoenix, right? Not this Phoenix, right? The one we know. Anyways, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure they give me the guilty verdict, please! Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Desi, honey, bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this. Phoenix shows up at the right time. Leave it to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. You see, actually, the thief is, me. Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. That doesn't sound good. Nothing sounds good with you, Desi. So why are you smiling when you say it? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is Master Mask or not. But the only one thing I am sure of, he didn't have the sacred urn right now. Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. October 13th, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, courtroom number 6. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Die! Who's this? And I want something more. The guy that's on the cover of the game. Or the guy that's in the thumbnail. Right. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared? What a stupid question. What did you say? Fine. Let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? Well, no, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by. Who are you? I'm Godo, legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case. Ah, he's the one that Detective Acme was talking about. Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far? Ha! None. What did you say? I've never prosecuted a case before. Never? But you said you never lost before. Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won before either. Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you? Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Yes, but a mask? In a court of law? Ha! Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts. This guy is the real deal, Nick. Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So we finally meet, Mr. Phoenix Trite. Nick, is he a friend of yours? No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. That's where the meme comes from. The little videos that has a whole bunch of those sketches into it. The Phoenix Trite sketches, which evolved into the Phoenix Wrong. Just who is this masked man? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. Well then, Prosecutor Gobo? It's not Gobo, it's Godo, Your Honor. In any case, please give your opening statement. Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite. Well, what is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break into two. Well done. Let's hear from the first witness. My name is... No one asked for your name, witness! The important thing is what you know. That's all. Start talking. We're listening. Yes, sir. Alright, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir. Are you getting Manfred von Karma vibes? Because Franziska wasn't really as near as Franziska. Master crimes. Master is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card on Lord Lee Taylor. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we are sure it was Master, sir. It fits his M.O. to a T. So then the actual identity of this Master Mask is... Mr. Godo! What are you? We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Godo. Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please proceed. Very well. It's only coffee after all. What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial. Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Well, Nick, what are you going to do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Master Mask who stole the urn. Ready, Die? I can see, yeah, maybe. Die has not forgotten Manfred von Karma. Have you seen all the so-called calling cards? Of course I have, except the person in charge of the treasure exhibit that never brought this card to the police. So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred. That's because Detective Acme stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police. Was the calling card that Lordly Taylor received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identity feature, but we're not releasing that information to the public. You're absolutely certain that this card is real? Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about the mask emblem. His fifth heist? And your fifth screw up, huh? Objection, pal! That ain't fair! Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times. But this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time. You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe. I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away. Got me? Wow. It looks like he's really got in for Detective Acme. Art pieces? Like what, for example? Well, his first target was the famous Tear of Emnon. What's this, what's that? Some kind of expensively salty teardrop? Oh, no, sir, it's a blue diamond, a single rare diamond. Next was the crown of Bongora. You know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Megina, sir. Detective Acme retrieved the portrait of Megina and returned it to the museum. And the target of his 5th heist and last robbery was the Sacred Urn, right? But isn't it different from him to dispose of such famous art pieces? Well, we assumed he must have had some underworld connections. Somehow Mr. Delight doesn't look that tight. Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T? I was thinking of asking the same thing myself. I wish you would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. Then there's the fact that he seems to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi. And so, since the robbery seems to fit all those conditions, that's right. It means the mask is behind it. Nick, it definitely looks like it was the mask who stole the urn. But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron Delight is the mask. But also the urn hasn't turned up yet. let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself. So even though we know it was mask to mask that did it, maybe for the time being I should try to show it was mask to mask that did it. Hey there, Hiyami. Do you have any idea of what statement it is? I'm doing okay. Okay. Do you know what evidence to present it to? I think you mean world. This is not a picture, for one. So that's not gonna really help ya. This is a photo, and I don't know why I pressed that button. Excuse me. That was on me. So I made a mistake. So there's that. That's not gonna help ya. Didn't mean to press that button. Anything else you can think of? Probably the most obvious thing, because they've hinted it at the end of the statements. Okay, so you have the treasure exhibit photo. No, they mentioned that during the testimony. It was hinted at after you questioned the statements. You have Amy Faye's golden statue. You have the sacred urn, the calling card, the camera data, Shito, crime scene photo, blackmail letter, Ron's wallet, key card, and the publicity photo. These two right now, I would ignore, because we're not even mentioning those yet. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? Just hearing the little in the question is making me nervous. You said he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal. But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. What do you mean? Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing? No, I mean from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price. Well, Prosecutor Godot, what is the value of the urn? The appraiser I spoke to said that they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Mask to Mask would normally go after. If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the thief of the sacred urn was not the work of Mask to Mask? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself. But, well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mask to Mask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot? This coffee here? It's my own special blend. I call it Godot number 107. Don't ask about the other 106. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now, Mr. Trite. But if you're a real man, you should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. If you're saying it wasn't Mask to Mask that stole this urn, then it must be someone imitating Mask to Mask methods. A fake. Fake to Mask? Fake to Mask? That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it. Bet Di likes it too. Fake to Mask. Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order. Mr. Trite, proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Taylor that night was actually a fake. Though I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright? We're waiting. Looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact Fake the Mask. So, do you have an idea what it is? And I can almost guarantee you we only got one piece of evidence to show this. No, they said the card is authentic. You can't even prove that it was a real Mask to Mask or a fake Mask to Mask by the calling card. So the detective already said that this is an authentic card. So we're talking about the person who stole the urn, okay? Alright, so treasure exhibit poster, which isn't going to help ya. You got Amy Faye's golden statue, you got the sacred urn, you have Damask's calling card, you have the camera data, you have the Shitishito, you have the security camera photo, you have the blackmail letter. Like I said, we're going to ignore these. And then you also got the publicity photo. And if you want to see the publicity photo, that's what the publicity photo looks like. Okay? So that gives you an idea of what Mask to Mask looks like. No, I'm showing that so you know exactly what mask to mask looks like. So we're trying to prove a fake. We're trying to prove that the one involved stealing the urn is a fake. Okay? So, and there's one piece of evidence that'll tell us. No, because the Shitashito has whatever it's called. It does not have any connections with mask to mask. Well, not this case. But it is connected to the robbery. That's not what I'm saying. Camera data, but you gotta have something to back up the camera data. Oh, it's going to tell you that there's a photo that was produced. So now you need something to back up the camera data. Well, the urn is not going to. Okay, so the urn is not mentioned in the camera data. Okay. Like I said, the camera data tells us that there was a photo that was produced. So you have to have something to back up the camera data, which that should be your hint. Because remember, you're trying to prove who stole the urn. And if it's not mask to mask, it's a fake to mask, and you're trying to prove that it is a fake to mask. Well, like I said, this is not a photo. This is a poster. Okay? So, this one is a photo. That's your security camera photo. The proof is right here. This looks like a photo taken by a security camera. But if you look closely, you'll notice something particular about it. Ha! Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on. Use that pointer and show us just. Alright. So, you've seen the publicity photo. What's missing often? Mask to mask. Well, no, the bag is to represent that he stole something, okay? The person itself. Let me show you. Ah! That's not what I wanted. I keep hitting the wrong button. They won't let me go in the court records. So I goofed again. Okay? So I can't show you the publicity photo. But there should be one thing from the publicity photo that should have caught your eye. Yeah, I know. I know I should. It's right here, of course. You mean Mask the Mask? I have a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at. Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning? The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on the mask's chest. A brooch? Here? Oh, a breach? Here? Bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat at once. A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on. A clasp, eh? I see now. But the mask in the security camera photo... Ah! There's no brooch. That brooch is the emblem is the same as the emblem on the Damascus calling card and services as a symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Mask the Mask is a fake. I've been fooled again. Order. It's true. Undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe. Oh, how could you have overlooked this? I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know how I... Hey, now. You're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. If you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too. Were you thinking? Wait, you were thinking the same thing? You may know Smash Mouth, but I know the original band that sings that song. It's a monkey song. Mr. Kodo, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? You're thinking the Shrek movie. Yeah, Smash Mouth redid a monkey song. Ha! The brooch you're talking about. Do you mean this? Ah! That's Mask the Mask brooch. Well, where did you find it? Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hiding in the shadows of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? You must mean the Amy Faye statue. Well, why didn't you tell me about this, sir? I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. Actually, that is also illegal. That's called concealing evidence. And, he would have been charged for that. Grr, this guy's one cool customer. It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there too. Hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Ron DeLight's fingerprints. What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch? Order! Order in the court. Mr. Godot. Let's see that brooch. I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her. It appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back. Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. Ixnay on the Phoenix Day! We've got a problem! Mayday! 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 We're going down! Damascus brooch added to the court record. Ha! You messed with Godot. And you get burned. Grr. He's playing me like a violin. Well, Judge, I am about ready to call my next witness. Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proven anything yet. You've proven your incompetence. That's good enough. At this point, the judge will be asking, do you wish to order an incompetency test? That doesn't sound good at all. Bailiff, bring the next witness to the courtroom. Finally time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? One second is one drop of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up. Shh. Silence. Now I see. It's all becoming clear. Well, what's clear? Zavari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that. Coffee maniac at that. Am I correct? Oh, well, yes, that's right. Ha! Not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Look At Me, Ace Detective and Rising Star illuminating the heavens. Boy, those two make a perfect pair. They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off. I've heard that on the night of the crime you were all alone on security duty. You have heard correctly. My specifically made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is. Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason, I'm sure of it. Well then, tell us this special monocle of yours, witness. What I witnessed. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Mask the Mask, dancingly descended upon me. You getting this, Deke? DC, Marvel, Whichever company, Disney, you gotta get this written down so we can make a movie on this. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal? My special made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural. I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening. Well, Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of an ordinary thief, but of the kind of the thieves, the great Master Mask, my arch-enemy. That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me. Very well. Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. I'm assuming Dai is like thinking, says, do I really have to cross-examine the Joker or Kefka or whoever he wants to be identifying as? Dancingly descended? From where exactly? Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else? So, in actuality, he never danced or descended. Someone please save me. So, how is it that you didn't notice the thief? My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. Even so, the dastardly criminals managed to sneak up on me. Come on, Disney! Come on, Marvel! Come on, DC! It can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft-soiled shoes. I hereby W Ace Ducks. Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing? That's clearly some very impressive detective work. Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Huh? Well, actually, yes. By a fire extinguisher. And what happened? I was knocked out. And you lost your memory, too. You see? You have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with. He may have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be served. In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless. And then... hold on, Di. There's something suspicious about Detective Acme. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in? Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence. Huh? Which piece? The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? About this 30 minutes. My silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium. As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying. I think he's saying that he was out cold. So, what happened during the 30 minutes? No one can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether. Just what is he going on about? Okay. Do you know what statement? Okay, which piece of evidence? So with this statement, darkness swallows me before I could land a single strike. When I woke, he was gone. So this is not going to help you on this statement, because this does not prove this piece of evidence would confirm what he's saying. You're trying to find something to contradict what he's saying. Okay? Well, you can't use a statue as a weapon, so... Plus, there's no blood on the statue. What do you see on this page? Mr. Acme, could you take a look at this with the special monocle of yours? Aha! This belongs to the Colonel Mastermind, my arch nemesis, Master Mask. It is, in point of fact, Master Mask brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. Wonder how that happened. Ha! Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of it been ripped off a piece of clothing. Ripped off? Aha! Wait, Judge, you're the first one to point that out. And, you're surprised about it? Well, we can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. You, Detective Acme. Detective Acme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court? Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime. I will penalize you right now. Since I don't normally do that in the video game. I just say it and everybody just goes away scot-free. But I'm not doing that anymore. No, wait just a moment, sir, old-timer. Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. Now, that's another penalty against you. The next time, I'll hold you in contempt of court. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. The true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right? You talk too much. Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought? Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor. Excuse me? Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed. I understand. I look at me agree completely. Fight with the thief. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, Look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fist, but they were not enough. His final blow struck me, bam! Struck me true, bam! And that's all she wrote. So, in the end, you did catch a glimpse of the mask? Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak. Died, remember what he just said. Keep a note of it. Write it down somewhere. Keep a note of it. He just stated just now that he was struck from behind. Keep a note of that. Let me know if you got that written down somewhere. Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case. That can't be good. There's one word that I think you should probably look up. Take the time to look up the discombobulated. Unless you have fear of big words. What's the definition of discombobulated? Oh, yeah. What does that mean? Discombobulated. I was gonna write it something different, but yeah. I use their words instead. Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everybody forgets what they mean. Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway? No, I've forgotten. What was I saying? It is pretty discombobulated, right? Jeez, it's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Do we got a good idea of what discombobulated means? It's a word that means confused and disconcerted.
Discombobulated.
Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony without being discombobulated. What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, that thief had no idea that I, Luke Acme, was hidden in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch? Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Okay, so he is talking about the Shikitijeto. So the thief armed himself with a sword. And what about yourself, witness? You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities? But of course, in college I was the second in charge of the boxing club. I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive. However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Master Mask. I watched him walk down the walk of WrestleMania. Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross announcing at the booth. This guy is a real piece of work. The WWE is not even associated with him. Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious. Powericious? I assumed the Acme fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me. What do I do now? Should I ask for more about this? Go on, Di. I know you want to know exactly what it is. Go on and ask it. What is this Acme fighting style? I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you. That's it? That's the Acme fighting style? Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony? Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique after all. bluffing. Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night. Why the heck is he all buying me like that? It's creeping me out. No then, witness. We'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony. I put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye. Where is this third eye you're talking about? Oh, it's right between my right and my left brows. It's quite invisible to the unelegant, unenlightened. You may call it the forehead, if you like. Why didn't you just say that in the first place? Sir Lawyer, it looks like the creases in your own forehead are getting deeper. So Mr. Acme got hit on the forehead then? That's what he says. I've got a funny feeling about that. Actually, so do I. Well, what do you think, Nick? Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of. Yeah? What is it? This Luke Acme guy. He's definitely hiding something. But why? I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. So you know the statement? Why do you need to press it again? Well, you technically don't really need it because the contradiction is in this statement. Because I told you before the testimony started to take notes. Okay? Because there was something important that he had said before this testimony. And there's a piece of evidence that we have that contradicts it. Do you know what it is? Yes, it is. Whoops. Excuse me. Detective Acme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun is this? What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armed feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here. From behind, huh? But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head. It seems I've made another mistake. Detective Acme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony. What do you mean by that? For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid that they were going to help with security. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong. Objection! To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate, and yes, they even make mistakes. I laugh, I love, I hope, I try, I hurt, I need. I know you do the same thing, too. So we're really not that different, me and you. Hey, hold on! It's not as pretty as that, Colin Ray! Really? What is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around. Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting? Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that you need some supporting factors. Saying that he's no ace detective doesn't say anything. Saying that he's a fake doesn't really say anything. It's about the same as the first statement. Yeah, the only clear answer is this one. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Look at Me's true identity is actually Mask to Mask. Yeah! Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Acme's story. He says he's hiding at the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last chance, he managed to outperson Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a... Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Acme. The truth is that you are, in fact, Mask to Mask. Gert? But Mr. Wright, this photo clearly shows Mask to Mask. The security camera belongs to the Lordly Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it. He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the presence of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn. So the ace detective is actually an ace thief? Is this true, witness? Haha. The massive memo is pure genius. So am I. Look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, sir, lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it? Nick, now's your chance. Yes, time to put the last nail in the guy's coffin. Detective Acme, when you assume the identity... Goto blend number 102. My personal favorite. I said we weren't going to be asking about the other 106 blends, but here's one of them. Mr. Godo! The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Godo, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I will admit my opponent has woven a completely narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt. Mr. Wright? If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. You're not gonna ever forget that face, are you? Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there and let the coffee drip from your face. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have. Quickly. Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush? I just cleaned the coffee off my face. Are you alright, Nick? I just had a coffee cup thrown in my face and you asked me that? Acme looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it? Decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Acme is, in fact, Mask the Mask. Unfortunately not. It's still MIA at the moment. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Ha! Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get after all. Ugh. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion. This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief. Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. It's no good. I'm just not ready yet. But are you going to just give up and let us lose this? So, you come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer? I can't think of a counterattack at all. It seems the cloud of suspicion around this witness has lifted. Mr. Godo, if you have anything... Who? Who are you? That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Mr. Light, what are you doing here? Nicky boy. The thing you've been looking for. I think I found it. You mean that bag? No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well? So that's... the sacred urn! Nick, it's the urn! Order, order, order! You, madam. That urn, where did you find it? You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective Luke Acme. Oh, Desi, you're the best! Sacred urn updated in the court record. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Acme? Even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one.
Objection!
Ha! Pathetic. Mr. Godo, do you have something you wish to say? Yes, Your Honor. It simply amuses me how quickly time changes. In the old days, a man was taken at his word. It's truly sad. You still deny that Mr. Acme was involved? Before chasing assertions at Detective Acme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight, is that correct? Yes, what about it? Ha! How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere, including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office. Please, madam. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have between been witness to. You're wrong! I would never do such a thing. Miss Delight. Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me. Talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. Got to prove that the urn was actually in Detective Acme's office. This one should be pretty easy. I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints, eh? Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints? Indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. There is actually a contradiction to that, and you'll understand what that is. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. There it is. He just discovered his own contradiction. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? The witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyways. Nick, what are you going to do now? I've come too far to turn back now. Emmy must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposed that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. This game gives this the answer away. Okay. There you go. Remember what I just said, this game already gave you the answer. Because there's a profile picture. Masked thief. No, he's also wearing gloves. The Mask is wearing gloves. Luke Acme is wearing gloves. Ron Delight's also wearing gloves. So, process of elimination. But like I said, the game's already given you the answer. There's one profile picture that normally doesn't ever show up in profiles. Do you usually see his face in profiles at all? This is actually the first time that you'd actually be seeing his face in here. Why would you be seeing his face in here? So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyways? Mr. Acme, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open his private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on. Taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, hello there. It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time. But I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. Well, that was just... Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on the urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Acme's office.
Objection!
Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put on there, does it? Of course it does. Well, what did you say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Acme Detective Agency. Ha! This blend, Godot blend number 107, I've decided it's a little too bitter after all. Order, order, order! I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and wait! Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on that urn. What are you saying? Yes, I finally broke him down. Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one myself. Here I am, the tragic clown! This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Mask to Mask. Haha! I hope you all enjoyed my little performance. Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Acme's condition? He's still in the lobby laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be. Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came, perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief. Nick, you were right after all. Yeah, I guess Mr. Light wasn't really the thief. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron DeLight. You're wrong! Wrong, I tell you! I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say. Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening. The thief, the sneaky, oh dear thief who's been stealing all the treasures? It's me! I'm him. I'm the one you want. I'm the thief, I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please! I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but the true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry up and pass, Judge. What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you. Mr. Godot, don't just stand there drinking coffee. Ha! Hey there, Mr. Troit. Yes, sir. If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean. If you are mask, then prove it. That's what I mean. Yes, sir. I'll be happy to. He says he'll be happy to, Nick. It's kind of cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. Now bark. I know that. I won't fail, I swear. Okay then. Talk. We're all listening. Oh, well, let's all have listen to this confession. Mask to mask identity. The truth is, I've been mask to mask all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually mask to mask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night of the urn was. I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see me there in the photo, that's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all. I don't like the direction this trial's been taken. This is how every trial goes, at least with me anyway. Ha! You're doing great. Stop it, Mr. Godo. You're embarrassing me. Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? But if you make it through this one with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true mask to mask. Thanks so much, Mr. Godo. I'll do my best. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination. Di, do you really want to cross-examine this? Do you really want to cross-examine this statement or this testimony? Okay. You may think you're the real mask to mask, but your wife thinks you're delusional. I haven't told Desi yet about my true identity. I mean, believe me, I've got my reasons. But the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it? Even thieves have complicated family situation, I suppose. What should I do? It sounds like we're about to get sidetracked again. So, why are you withholding the truth from your wife? Well, first of all, I don't think she believes me anyways. And second, if there's one thing Desi absolutely detests, it's criminals. If that's the case, then why did you ever start theming to begin with? Well, Desi is crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm a Desi-aholic. So you do have a complicated family situation after all. Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony. I beg of you. I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know that you're the real Master Mask and not just some kind of obsessed fanboy? Hey, now that's not fair! Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway? Maybe because you're the one making the outrageous claim, for a change. Come on, Nick. Do you think Mr. Delight could have committed the crime? You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put it to work already. I need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be Master Mask. Well, I guess if you had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we? For the time being, maybe I need to shift strategy. I should try to show Mr. Delight couldn't have stolen the urn. Anyways, So, Phoenix just gave you a clue. So keep that clue in mind. You got no alibi? I've been a judge for a long time, and this is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about having no alibi. But I tell you, I was in Lordly Taylor that night. No, that's too vague, even for me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement in our house. Hold on. What is it, Nick? Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened anyway? If we can prove he had an alibi after all, this case will be a piece of cake. Well, you're right, but... Ha! You think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee! Well, I think maybe I can. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows the defendant had an alibi? I have the evidence. But do you think I'm still some sort of third-rate rookie? Oh? I've never seen you this, angry before. I'm not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic. I thought I was more confident than angry. Well then, let's see this evidence already. Show to the court the evidence that proves where your client was on the night of the crime. Do you know what it is? Earlier I said we were to ignore them. That should give you a hint. Well, the statue was in the basement, so if we presented the statue, where does that prove where he's at? We're trying to prove another location where he was at. Statue was in the basement warehouse, okay? We don't want to prove that he was in a basement warehouse. We want to prove where else he was. Well, the blackmail letter doesn't prove where he's at. It's just mentions a location. But he could probably have ignored it. But there is 1 or 2 pieces of evidence that proves where he was at 1 p.m. And remember, I told you to ignore them for a while. This one? Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct? Yes, it does. I had lost it somewhere. Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away. No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you lost your wallet? Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 p.m. at KB Security Headquarters. What? Surely you're not serious? Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB Security that night. No! So, if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi. No! Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car, according to Larry anyways. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee. Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong. You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will. He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up. Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school. Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I drop my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist. Planted it there? He's really reaching now. Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card to KB Security's CEO's office? No! Ha! That was a pretty good try, Mr. Trite. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing. A what? Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyways? Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all. Grr, a stupid kid. Now then, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB Security at 1 a.m. that night. This should be very easy to figure out. What picture? This is at Lordly Taylor's warehouse basement. This has nothing to do with KB Security. pretty easy to figure out. Because there's only one piece of evidence other than the wallet and the card that links to KB security. The statue is in the Lordly Taylor warehouse. The basement warehouse. You had said it a little while ago. Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct? That's... What is it? A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents. Blackmail? Yes. Basically, it says bring $50,000. That certainly sounds like a blackmail, alright. At the time of the thief, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself in KB Security's CEO office, a full half an hour away from the scene of the crime. No. Order. So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense. You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me, well, let's just say that my Godo blend number 107 impresses me a little more. But what are you trying to say? You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of security company, but did you actually investigate the CEO at all? Huh? Well, no, I guess not. Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you. Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright. Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy. No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite? There is someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the key card was used at 1 a.m. that night. There's one person. Okay, that's it. Who is this useless-looking young man? You don't remember him, Your Honor? Not exactly. Just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat. Looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. He probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Anyways, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night. Oh? Question at hand is this key card. Yep, that's the key card that they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You needed to get into the room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data. Wah! Well, Mr. Godot? The name of the CEO of KB Security is Cade Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data here. So, what does it show? Each key card has its own serial number, and they leave detailed records of their user. According to this data, this card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime. Keycard updated into the core record. But that means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed in mask to mask in this photo. Ha! It looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough to brew a cup of joe. So then Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be mask to mask. Good job, you did it, Nick! That's enough. I came perilously close to berserking the record of an innocent young man, bismarcking him with the title of thief. Well, what's wrong, Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment, but before I do that, do you have any further objections? No, Your Honor. Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, court is now adjourned. October 13th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 4. Nick, you did it! You were right after all! Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy! Oh, Miss Delight. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you. Shucks. Thanks, Miss Delight. I just know I'm blushing. Congratulations, Mr. Nick! Oh, Pearl. I've got a bad feeling about this. Who is this woman? Oh, she's nobody. She's just... you're blushing! How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself! Ouch! She slapped me! Pearly? This woman is Ms. Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick? Yes? You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client. No! You got all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Ow! A double slap! Di, are you ready to put her in Smash? Well, anyways, all's well that ends well, right? We got the ticket earned back and the thief has been caught. You're so right, and it's all thanks to Nicky Boy here. But actually, it was you, Miss Delight, that brought us our earn bag. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. If we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum? But I am the thief, but actually, what's the point now? What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the reason is... Come on, give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blues, right, amigo? Mr. Godot? What are you doing here? Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Cain Ballard was discovered. Cain Ballard? Where have I heard that name before? Di, do you know where this is going? Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, body? The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. You kind of almost forgot that most of the cases in this game have been murder cases, right, Di? One a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean... That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today? Helped me out? What? On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron DeLight was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbued with the utter rage. What are you saying? Imbued with rage? Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron DeLight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Employee of KB Security? Looks like the alibi saved him from being convicted as a thief. It's going to be the noose that gets him hanged, kind of an anti-alibi. No way! He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred. No, that's a lie. It can't be true. But I am a thief, I tell you. Ron Delight, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder. What? This can't! This is impossible! I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward. Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least, let me have some fun while I'm here. This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Still reminding you of Manfred von Karma? Yeah. Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight. Nick? How could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes. Our client has been arrested for murder. The only one who established his presence at the scene was me. Yeah, Ronnie! Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going to happen next? Alright. We got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to talk about. So, questions, criticisms. And just now it got brought up. Well, there was no evidence to show any of it. So, that was a cliffhanger. If you haven't had one of those experience in a Phoenix Wright game, then you haven't really played a Phoenix Wright game. So, I bet you're asking yourselves, why do these cliffhangers have to be so intense? Right? Well, we were doing a what they called a civil case. Usually, it's not between a prosecution and defense attorney. But in that case, it was. Larceny is usually considered a civil case. Murder is usually under capital defense cases. which is where you usually get the prosecution and the defense attorney. Usually the prosecution is the DA, and the defense attorney is usually a state counsel. So this one, they work things a little bit differently because it's Japan. They always, sometimes when they have a civil case, they'll have two defense attorneys. This case, it was a prosecutor and a defense attorney because they didn't have a body. We're going to be investigating the murder case, the next one. I know I usually end at midnight and stuff. You've noticed that these things these ones are a little bit longer, right? So the investigation is also the same way. So take a look. Let me take a look at the investigation here. So the investigation is going to be a while too, so and because this case is inadvertently bigger, the investigations are going to be longer. Okay? So I'm thinking I'm going to possibly finish this next Monday. Because I think the investigation is going to take about 2 hours. And there's only one part of the trial, I think. Possibly two. Okay, the trial's in 2 parts. Okay. So the trial's going to be in 2 parts, which will probably take me about 2 hours. And because I don't like to divide them in the middle, which I had the option if I want to, but I don't like dividing them. I like to get through a whole chapter for the entire stream stuff. If the trial ends, the first part of the trial ends my stream, I will continue that on the following one. So possibly next week or the following week we'll end the stolen turnabout, and then we go into the next one, the recipe for turnabout. And I got a lot to say about the recipe for turnabout. So yeah, that they were a little bit longer. This game, while there are 5 episodes, 2 episodes in this game are very short. So they had to make 3 of the other cases bigger. So to be honest with you, recipe for turnabout is going to be the length of a regular case because I won't spoil it for you right now. I'll explain to you about that case in a bit. The only thing I can say to you right now is that case is out of place. Most people didn't realize it, but recipe for turnabout is out of place in Trials and Tribulations. In fact, recipe for turnabout is a filler case that they just threw into this game. They reworked the story and they threw it in here. So, but I will explain that another time. This one, Stolen Turnabout, is one that they made for this particular game. Then you have Bridge to the Turnabout, which is the last one, which is made for this game, which is the first case that they worked on to develop Trials and Tribulation, which is how they came up with the Trials and Tribulation story. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end here. And yeah, I've had a long day of streaming, so this is actually a good time to break from the streaming because I was streaming since noon this morning. So, and I believe I got enough hours put in for today. So that is 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. 11 hours, which is more than a work day. So, and I think you'll be fine if I break now, take a break from the streaming. I know you want to see more of the game. See, what I did, I rushed. The first time I streamed, I was actually rushing through the entire game. When I got COVID, when I had COVID that last time playing the Wright Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, I was literally feeling burned out. And I don't think it was because I was streaming the game too much. Resolve took a lot out of me. It took a lot more out of me when I had COVID because I spent 2 weeks with COVID, and there's 2 streaming days of Ace Attorney that I went through that I had to deal with, because then I was doing it on Friday. This is a Monday. So yeah, I did it. I did that on Friday. And I knew I was feeling ill at the time, but I kept pushing myself into work because I couldn't call off because my employer wouldn't let me call off even if I was sick. But they weren't supposed to force me into work when I had COVID, because that's why I didn't even call off when that's why I didn't call off that day that I went into the ambulance to be admitted for getting tested for COVID. Came back, I had COVID, and I came home. And I believe it was my brother who called my employer that I was in the hospital and I tested positive for COVID. That's how they found out. So, because if I had made the phone call before I went to the hospital, I would get all these questions and stuff. Says, why can't you come and work? You were doing okay. It says, it's gotten worse. So that's why I wasn't really dealing with the phone call. I would sooner go to the hospital and get it taken care of and treated first before I had to sit through 20 questions from my employer about why I'm calling off and stuff like that. I wasn't going through that. There was no way. But yeah, tomorrow, I might as well go to this scene. Tomorrow, we're going to finish off the Wacky World Football League. We do have a mandatory Discord stream after Andy's stream. I believe I scheduled that. There's not supposed to be any DVR on this. I don't know why it had DVR in there. I have them all set up. All the thumbnails are set up. But I want to check to see if I scheduled any of these streams for tomorrow. Why didn't you save? Then you got YouTube, who wants to get rid of what you saved, and then you have to go back and do it again. Because I saved it. I replaced it now. It should be up. And no, I did not schedule this stream. So I need to do that so that he can stream. So Alright, now you have any questions? Any questions at all? It doesn't have to be about this stream. It could be about the PFL. It could be about the Wacky World Football League. And when those games are done tomorrow, when those games are done tomorrow, we will be updating those. Did you get the those pages done? You haven't. Okay. You know how to do them now, because you can only actually affect those. So we'll find a raid target here. I know who I want to raid, providing they're still raiding or still streaming. We are going to be raiding Light Gazer. There's a Light Gazer. And he seems to be working on a project today for Dan with a Plan. He reached 2,000 subscribers. I think it's more than that, actually. Let's see what it says. Did I pass already? Oh, no. 100,000 subscribers. Okay. What it was. Alright. That's going to be it for me here. Didn't have to blink monitors. All right, so that'll be it for me for today. You guys all have a good night.